And our next story is actually about a lady who is big on social media, Anerlisa. I find her so inspiring. Yes. I love her so much. She's popularly known for, her still water that she sells, and, her parents own a breweries. So recently she's been in the news because she had put up a post of her and her fiance, Ben Paul, who's a Tanzanian musician. I ran out of breath.
It's been hard out. It's been hard.
A Tanzanian musician, and then one of her followers commented, and they were basically asking her for money. So everyone knows that she's pretty wealthy, and basically that person said, "Nisaidia na 500 shillings, Anerlisa," and the person left their phone number and said that they're really suffering. So Anerlisa, sweet soul that she is, commented or responded to her comment and said, "I'm sending you way much more than that. I pray your suffering gets over in Jesus' name," which is fantastic. Like, depending on who would do something like that, you'd be like, that's just a publicity stunt. That person is trying to. But Anerlisa, I've seen her do this before, like when she has her Insta story, like questions, someone will just say, "Oh, please send me this," or "Please give me a job," and she'll always respond and be like, "Okay, I'll see what I can do to help you." So
I what's her at?
Right?
Anerlisa.
I was actually thinking about, anyways, like somebody had reached out to me, but only because it was in my tax bracket, I could send them a little couple hundred. Like, yes, and that is like good generosity, but I thought this was so dope because my biggest thing, and one of my biggest quotes is, "We have not because we ask not." So always shoot your shot and see where you land. Like, reach for the stars, land on the clouds, and that's okay.
See, the thing is, I commend her. I think it's fantastic to do it. I don't do it. I just won't, only because I feel like I'll spread myself so thin, and I'm the kind of person, when I open that door to, like, I can help people, I will be doing this all the time. There's someone who reached out to me, they're going through so many problems, etc., like, they're a single mom, all these things, and they asked me to ask them a significant amount of money. I don't have that money.
How much is? How much?
Not even
100,000.
Serious?
100,000. I was like, the thing is, I don't have, and here's the thing, even if you ask me for money, which I do have, I'm not going to send it. I feel like if I'm going to be in the limelight, I feel like I'm going to be a bit more intentional with how I give, only because I'm going to spread myself thin, and everyone wants something. Even me, I want to message Anerlisa, and I need me 100K.
Well, it's not
so I can't give everyone. So I don't think it's, like, for me, that's just not my thing.
That's the thing. It shouldn't necessarily be an expectation, number one. Obviously, she's in a very different situation that many of us aren't aware of how it feels at that point. But also, I feel like I'm more of the mindset of like, yo, I'm going to teach you how to fish. I'm not going to give you a fish. Whenever someone asks me like, oh, what is it like in the industry? Can you give me any advice or something like that? I will be happy to give you advice, to give you connections, to help you learn what I know. You got to pay it forward in that sense. But as far as giving you money that's only going to help you in that instant, and then it becomes a habit, because we also don't know how many repeat offenders have come to her page. And if she's in the position where she can continuously give, that is absolutely fantastic. But also, are you providing lasting change for those people? Is there something different that could be being done in that way?
But sometimes someone doesn't need lasting change. Sometimes someone just needs, like, I need help right now. Like, if I say I want transport, I need transport. I feel like this hits really home for me because I get so many of these requests all the time. Like, I can count at least 5 to 10 in a day that someone messages me to ask for exactly. But for me, I usually try to go with my gut. I'm very much like you. I feel like if I just let it go and I just start giving money, I'll find that I'm constantly on my M-Pesa, sending, constantly sending. But sometimes when, like, I read something and it really touches me, I'll send. Like, last week there was this lady who said how she was in an abusive relationship and she lives in Nakuru, so she wanted money so that she and her son can leave that place and come to Nairobi. So I sent her some money. She really had gone into detail, so I sent her some money. She ended up coming to Nairobi. We even met. And like, I felt so nice because like sometimes you don't know, sometimes I've ever sent someone money and then they just disappear.
But so also, like, you know what, Joe, that to me is lasting change, because you didn't just throw money at someone's problem. You were like, listen, I want to stay in connection with you and I want to see where you go from there. You weren't just like, okay, good luck. You're like, at least you met her.
And then on top of that, I'm not saying like you just give money frivolously. Like, if you have like Anerlisa, by all means, go ahead and give. But like, if you keep silent about it, by all means, like, do what you can to help other people.
Do what is within your means, because you, as we've said, you cannot pour from an empty cup. But this is an inspiring story. And I kind of like these first two stories because they're coming from a place of Kenyans doing good, right?